Atiku not willing to release funds for campaigns now, PDP chieftain says. Wow. A member of the National Executive Committee of the People's Democratic Party has claimed that the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar is unwilling to release money for campaigns at the moment. There were claims that Governor Udom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State was planning to resign as the chairman of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council due to paucity of funds to prosecute campaigns. However, speaking on Tuesday during the flag-off of the governorship campaign in Uyo, Emmanuel described reports that he plans to dump Atiku and his running mate and governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, as false. Reacting to the development in a chat with The Punch, the Southwest PDP chieftain, who craved anonymity, said he is not surprised that the funding issue has come up. He dismissed insinuations that Atiku is probably broke, saying that the presidential candidate wants to start releasing money towards the end of the campaign. The PDP chieftain opined that the former vice president should be blamed for the speculation because of his rift with the aggrieved governors. He said Atiku once boasted in the presence of some governors that he had billions of naira to prosecute his campaign. He said there have been complaints that Atiku is unwilling to release money for campaigns, but Atiku once boasted in the presence of some governors that he had billions of naira to prosecute his campaign. That is why some of them are just looking at him and are not ready to contribute to his campaign. Some governors are not sure of their chances and are reluctant to open their purse. This might change in the weeks ahead, though. He is learning from the experience of 2019. He lost that election, but he is probably wiser now. What I can't say is whether things will pan out differently this time. He has told those close to him that he will release money at the appropriate time. Wow. So people are already complaining that Atiku is not releasing money for his campaign. I tell you the truth. People are going to follow Atiku and Tinubu just for that money. They may not vote him. And I will not be surprised if during election, these people goes ahead to vote Peter Obi after collecting the money from Atiku and Tinubu, just like what they did to Jonathan in 2015 or 2014. After Jonathan had doled out money to all of them to support him, they collected the money and then seized the money and went and voted Buhari, sabotaging Jonathan, and expected Jonathan to fight back to deny the defeat in that 2015 and to challenge the success of Buhari. So he also had to disappoint them by also saying, well, I'm not going to fight. Buhari, congratulations. See the office take. I'm going home. And a lot of the PDP chieftains were disappointed and they were calling Jonathan cowards. Meanwhile, they first of all sabotaged him, that after giving them money, they didn't vote for him. And that Atiku on his own part has contested almost 2 or 3 times now and has lost. All right. And in each of those cases, he had spent so much money. He spent so much money to campaign. People collected this money and still he never won till now. That is to tell you that for all those years, people are just following him to collect the money. They weren't actually supporting him. And probably he had learned from those previous incidents, and that is why he's trying to be a bit more careful and more cautious this time around in how he releases money. He has the money to spend, quite sure, but he's trying to know who is who in the party. And coupled with the rift he's having with Wike now, the Rivers State governor, and Wike is already controlling so many states because so many other governors are now aligning with Wike against Atiku, even within the PDP. So Atiku himself is not even sure of himself. He doesn't know where he belongs. So he doesn't just want to dole out money and waste the money, and then at the end of the day, it turns out to be one of such cases in the previous years where he campaigned with so much money but lost out completely. So he's trying to learn from previous incidents, and he's trying to be very, very cautious in how he released money, when he released money, and who he will release the money to manage for the campaign to be well sponsored. So I don't understand why people are complaining. But the main reason I think I suspect is they are there for the money and are waiting earnestly for the money to come out. And now the money is not coming out. I will not be surprised if by the end of the year all of them just jackpot from PDP to join Tinubu in APC, because Tinubu is ready to release the money recklessly. And that is because that is his confidence that he has the money to spend, and he will spend it. And he will spend it. So some comments here. Yes, Atiku has billions of naira and dollars to buy Nigeria and sell Nigeria. That is true. That is the fear people have in Atiku's candidacy. If he buys Nigeria, he's obviously going to sell Nigeria to recover his investment, because the money they spend in politics, they see it as investment. So if he buys Nigeria by buying the votes, spending huge money, naira and dollar, he's also going to sell Nigeria to recover his investment and make profit. That is what it is, because Atiku is a pure capitalist, just like Dangote. That is how it is. And so he's trying to be careful before he does the investment. He used dollars, himself and Tinubu, they used dollars to buy delegates during the delegates conference. And that was how they won the primaries for themselves in their respective parties. And since they did that, that was how the naira plunged to the lowest value today against the dollar, because the CBN and all of them must have supported them, even though they wouldn't want to come out publicly to say they supported them. But I'm sure they supported them because the amount of dollars they spent during their primaries at Abuja. So voting in Atiku, he has the money to buy and to sell Nigeria. All right. So at least another person is saying here that he doesn't want Ayu to embezzle the money. Well, he's on the same path with Ayu, but he's also observing Ayu, because Atiku in a way is also a bit smart and a bit intelligent. So he's observing all of them, not just Ayu. All the PDP governors that are lining up behind him, all other persons supporting him, he's trying to study them. He's x-raying them to be sure that he knows what he's doing before he starts doing it. All right. Atiku caused the rumble in PDP by not removing Ayu. Well, they're saying Ayu, if PDP is producing a presidential candidate then from the north, then the chairman of the party should also not come from the north. That is from the party constitution. And that is the alliance of Wike, that Ayu should go so that somebody from south should take over, probably himself. But that is what you get when you sabotage your people to favor the north. Now Tambuwa gave him a kickback and supported Atiku during the PDP primaries at Abuja. And now since then, Wike has never been in peace. All right. So PDP killed itself when they killed the zoning. Wow. Well, that is their own challenge. You can blame Atiku, who will like to waste. So you can't blame Atiku, who will like to waste his money on unproductive venture, because there are several challenges facing the PDP now. Put yourself in his own shoe. You will think over your head before doing anything. Well, that is true. There's so much problem in PDP, and Atiku does not just want to release the money for the purpose of releasing it, but to be sure that he's doing the right thing. So he's studying the system before he will release that money. Yes, he has the money to spend, but he's probably trying to be a bit careful in doing that. So any other person lining up behind Atiku to collect money should either be patient until the time the money is released, or probably defect to another party where they can get the money faster, because it's a politics of money between PDP and APC, sure and sure. All right, so that is what has been said by PDP, that Atiku is not willing to release money for now. Thank you for listening, and make your comment below.